welcome to our broadcast. My name is Naiana. I'm a contact representative within the Chicago Northwest Social Security Office, and I have here with me today
Phillip, Christy. I'm a a claims representative from the Chicago East Social Security Office. So, take this.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Today we're going to be discussing My Social Security, how to create your My Social Security account, as well as if you're working and receiving disability benefits, how to report your wages.
Very good.
So today we're going to go ahead and talk about the Social Security. You want to go to www.ssa.gov, and on the main screen you're going to click on My Social Security, and then you'll see on the middle of the screen sign in or create a Social Security account. So you want to click there. And this is where you would create your account. You would scroll down a little and click create an account. And then on the first page it gives you the terms of services. You would then agree to the terms of services. And then you would verify your identity. The site gives you a few questions that you would ask, and we pull those from the credit bureau, either Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. You would answer the questions that best fit your credit history, and then you would be able to go to the next screen. You would then create a username and password. The username is not case sensitive, but the password is. The username has to be between 8 and 20 characters. We suggest that you not use your name or your social security number to create your username. And right now we have a caller. So, caller, how can we help you? Welcome to the show. Hi, welcome to the show.
Yes, I have a question for you. This is a great show, by the way.
Thank you.
If people are married 20 years or more, and it so happened that the wife made more money, paid more Social Security than the husband did, they got divorced, could the husband file to get some of her Social Security if she made more money?
That's a very specific question, but it's potential. I mean, there is potential there depending on how low yours, you as the individual, as a spouse would be. There is a potential. I would say, one thing you can do with that, you can call the 1-800 number, 1-800-772-1213. They can pull up your information and maybe give you a little bit further insight than we can on the air.
Oh, okay. It's not for me. That's always bothered me. I've been married for 53 years, so I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
But the thing is, I was always bothering me that question. If your wife made, because I know when my mom and dad died, he married again, and my mother, who was married to him for 22 years, she got half of his Social Security. And I was wondering, well, maybe, if the wife makes more money, maybe you can get some of her Social Security.
Right. So the minimum requirement for that sort of thing is at least 10 years of marriage. So, as far as that's concerned, that's what you're looking at. But you can always feel free to visit our website at socialsecurity.gov. You can call our 800 number, or you can go into your local office and they can answer your question a little bit better than we can on the air. But thanks for calling.
Yes, so for those who are unaware, if you want to call and you have any questions, the number to the broadcast today is 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060. And you can call in, you can ask us questions. But moving right along, after you create your username, your password is case sensitive. So you might want to remember or write the username and the password down. The password has to be between 8 and 20 characters, and it also have to include capital, lowercase, some numbers, and a symbol in it. So make sure you write all of that information down once you get through the creating your My Social Security account.
And one thing to add to that real quick, when you are in that screen that it's putting in your username and your password, it will highlight in green if you actually have a verified, if your username has been taken by somebody else previously, it'll let you know in red that you can't use that one, we need to pick something else. So, just use that as a guide to help you figure out how to set that up a little bit faster.
That is true. So you might not want to write that information down until you actually see that no one has taken that username. And then it will ask you some questions in regards to some password reset questions. So just in case you forget your password or you don't write it down, you will be asked some password reset questions. You want to make sure the questions you choose are the answers you will definitely know, just in case you forget that password, because if you don't remember the question, then that would pose a problem.
Well,
did you want to add
another
to that?
question I have for you, what happens if you get locked out?
Then you can also call us. It does happen. It happens a lot. Sometimes people start trying to create their My Social Security account, and for some reason the answers are just not adding up to what we have in the system, and you get locked out or blocked. You can call our national number, or you can contact your local Social Security office, and then we would go ahead and unblock you so you can get back in there to finish creating your account. Or if it happened multiple times, because I know we have a lot of claimants coming to our local office saying, I'm locked out, I've answered all the questions accurately, and I'm still not able to create my Social Security account, you can come in. We can quick start the process for you by creating an activation code, and that would surpass some of the questions that you would get from the credit bureau. You can surpass that, and then we can give you your activation code.
One thing about that, though, your ID has to match your address.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's going to send it in the mail.
Yes.
So just make sure you bring in a valid ID with your up-to-date address, and we can give it to you right there in the office that day.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's very true. And then once you're in the My Social Security account and you're able to verify your information, you are actually in the screen to be able to see your earnings, if they're accurate or if we're missing some years, so on and so forth. There are other things you can also do when you create your My Social Security account. You can request your replacement Social Security card, again, as long as your address is the same address as on the driver's license or state ID. You can replace your Social Security card. There are no changes to your Social Security record, such as the name, date of birth, anything like that. You can request your Social Security card online.
And you have to be 18.
You have to be 18. I'm sorry, I should have said that.
No, you're good.
You have to be 18 in order to create a My Social Security account. But you can also report your wages if you are receiving Social Security disability benefits. You can report it through your My Social Security account. You can replace, if you're Medicare age or disabled and receiving Medicare, you can request your Medicare card. You can update your address, direct deposit, telephone number, so on and so forth. So it's a lot of things you can do online. You can estimate your benefits. You can see how much you would receive up from age 62, 66, and age 70, or if you're born in 1960 and after, that would be 63, 67, and age 70. You can also estimate your benefits through your My Social Security account.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can also check your earnings.
You can check your earnings.
You can check and make sure that the earnings that you're getting from your current employers are actually being paid the FICA taxes taken out of them, so that you're knowing that you're insured for Social Security in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a lot of people come into the office and they're very confused. They're like, I work for the city of Chicago. I've worked all these years. How can I not be eligible for a benefit? Well, you paid into their pension system. So You still may have paid into Medicare, but you didn't pay into Social Security for cash benefits. So
Right.
just take that into consideration. You can see all that on your My Social Security account as well, though.
Yes, you can. So it's very helpful. I have an account. I track my earnings. I look at my benefit savings. I know I'm young, but you can still, it's better to start off young to see if you're not even Medicare or retirement age. It is still good to create your My Social Security account, because then you can see your Social Security benefits. So if you need to, the earnings isn't what you were expecting, you can change it. You're young enough to change it around to see what you can do to increase your Social Security benefit. So it is a really good tool.
Right.
It is a really good tool to have.
And the other thing you get, in our current world of, people stealing people's identities all the time, everything like that.
Exactly.
You may be able to catch somebody before it gets really bad.
Exactly.
It's a really bad problem here in the United States, period, with people stealing identities, putting, incorrect wages on there.
Exactly.
And, if you can, look at your statement and see that, maybe you can avert for future problems for yourself. So, just one more reason that, it helps keep you secure as far as that's concerned. So.
Yes, so there you go. We did the whole My Social Security and creating a My Social Security account, what to look for. We're going to go ahead and switch gears and talk about reporting your wages. For persons who are receiving the Social Security Disability or SSI, or representative payees of persons who are receiving Social Security, SSI, Social Security Supplemental Income, there is a way you can report your wages without having to come into the Social Security office. What are those ways, Phillip?
Well, one way is to call, one way is through your My Social Security account now, actually. You can now report wages through there on a monthly basis, and we will have a record of it, and then we'll send you a receipt for that, actually, of your wages. And it's really helpful, especially for, SSI situations where, your benefit can go up and down every month if you're working part-time. So that'll definitely save you time there. Also, you can call in your wages to the telephone wage reporting system. That number is, I don't know.
We have it on here.
I don't know if we do, but
No, we don't.
okay. I apologize. But there is a telephone wage reporting system, most especially for SSI. And then the third thing is for the newer generation people that have the smartphones, we have apps.
Yeah.
We have an app that you can report your wages with on a monthly basis. So we are trying to get with the times as far as that's concerned, slowly but surely.
Yes.
So there are multiple ways to report your wages. Of course, if those ways don't work and you're having problems with it, you can always come into the office and we can provide you a receipt, when you bring in those wages and make copies that we need and that sort of thing. So, lots of options out there. So don't limit yourself by saying, I just need to go into the office every time, because there are a lot more ways to do it. And that My Social Security account didn't used to be available. I think it's only been since December or last year, the end of last year that it started. So September of 2017. So, the more you know, the better it is, sort of thing sometimes with this. So I think that this is a really good opportunity for us to, bring out the information as far as reporting wages go. So.
Right. And so going back to the reporting through the My Social Security. So if you have a laptop or a tablet or a smartphone, like Phillip said, you can download the app and you can report your wages through the app. If you are a representative payee, you can create your My Social Security and then you can report the wages through that. However, when you're reporting your wages, it's really important to make sure you get your receipt. This is a new generation, like we said, so sometimes even though you say you reported, I reported it twice, if you do not receive a receipt, then you would want to contact your local Social Security office to see if we have received those wages. If not, you can go ahead and fax them, or you can, if you feel more comfortable, you can bring them in. We give you a receipt. Even if you report the wages via the app, You will still get a receipt in the mail. It takes about 7 days, but you would get that receipt in the mail. So if you are unsure and we send you, especially for those who are receiving the Social Security supplemental income, if we send you a letter stating that we have not received wages for a certain time frame, that means even though you're reporting your wages, we have not received them.
Right.
If you didn't receive a receipt, we have not received them. So it's very important to make sure you follow up, especially if you don't receive that receipt, because that is really important. That lets you know we have received it. It also shows the amount of gross earnings that you're reporting via the app or calling in, faxing in, however you're reporting the wages. It shows how much that is reported. So if there is a discrepancy with the gross wage amount that you're reporting,
Right.
you would contact us and we can fix that amount. So that's very important.
Definitely,
for you.
because it's really good to have. It's really good to have with wages, as far as that's concerned. You to have that receipt, because that shows us that you took the time and effort to make sure that that was actually in there. Because I can't tell you how many times people are like, I reported my wages.
Yes.
And maybe they did report them at one point, but they didn't continually report them, and that's what you got to do, especially with SSI, as far as that's concerned. So, it can always be helpful if you are trying to use this, and this is just an easier way of doing it than having to go in the office. We didn't used to be able to do this, and now that it's available, I would take full advantage of it.
Yes, it's so helpful. Plus, if you don't want to skip the line, this is a way to skip the line. So you don't have to wait, and if you're just reporting wages and you just want a receipt, this is an easy way to not have to wait long hours. I know some offices, they have their intake volume is a lot of people and the wait time is really high. So instead of having to go and sit and wait, this is a easy way to first keep up with your record, your claim, your benefit record, but also avoid having to come into the office. So this SSI is a needs-based program, and it is based off of need, which means if we don't receive your earnings and we're paying you more than we should have, then that could cause an overpayment. So that's why I can't stress enough how important it is to report those wages timely. If you don't receive a receipt, that means we do not have them. So just keep that in mind.
Well, and then, to tip a little bit on disability itself, with disability, though, it's a little bit different. You are allowed to work for a 9-month trial work period after you are approved for disability benefits. But if we don't keep track of that, you could have worked for a year or two, and then we come back and, we have an overpayment for, 10 months because, you used that first year, and then you went into the extended period of eligibility. And if you go over a certain amount of income, your benefits are going to be in suspense.
Yes.
So, it's always important to make sure that, even if you are not required, like you are on disability, to report your wages, that if you do go to work while being disabled, that you're letting us know. Because if you don't let us know and we don't do a work report, then we usually find it out at some point down the road, and it's never a good situation.
No.
So, staying on top of it and being honest with Social Security and upfront is always the best thing, as far as that's right. That's right.
Being proactive about getting those things in, because like Phillip said, it is very important for both SSI and for the disability benefits. It's very important to report your wages. So, like we said, download the app. It's the let's see the actual name for the app, so they'll know. Let's see.
I don't know if it's on here. I think it's the My SSA.
Yeah, My SSA.
My SSA wage reporting.
Yes, My SSA
I'm pretty
wage
sure that's what
reporting.
it is.
Yeah, My SSA wage reporting. It is in the Google.
Yeah, it's in the App Store.
And the App Store.
It's also on
and
the
iTunes.
Google Play Store, as far as that's concerned. So, if you search Social Security wages, you'd probably find it very easily. Doesn't take long to download. You got it, and you can start reporting it. If it doesn't work out for you, at least we tried, right?
Yes.
We tried something new. Not everybody likes the new things that we come out with, but if we make them more available and we get feedback on them, sooner or later we'll make them better and better, so that people will be able to report at easier and more confidently with Social Security. So.
So thank you for joining us today. We talked about opening up a My Social Security account, reporting your wages, both very important and efficient way to get your information to us, and for you to gain more knowledge about the Social Security program. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, one more thing,
Yeah.
while I'm on the topic of, with your My Social Security account, one of the things she talked about that's really important, she touched on it a little bit, that retirement estimator is probably our most used tool online. And, no matter what age you are, if you want to take a look at that and just see, hypothetically, 10 years out, 15 years out from now, you can find a lot of good information on that tool, using that to figure out exactly how much you're going to be. Because the best thing you can do for yourself is to plan. I mean, sometime you're not going to be able to work forever, most likely. So, you are going to be seeing us at some point, and when you are ready, being prepared is a good thing. So.
Exactly. And it goes off of your last year's earnings. So to estimate future earnings, we go by the previous year earnings. So depending on how much, you can have a better understanding about how much you'd receive in the future. So yeah, the benefit estimator for the retirement is really helpful, so to plan ahead, like we said.
Right.
So.
Planning ahead, most important thing we can do.
Yeah.
So, we're still open to calls. If you want to call in, it's 312-738-1060. We are a call-in show. We haven't had too many today, but, if you were interested out there,
we have a few more minutes
feel free to give us a call.
Answer some calls.
Other than that,
just wait a second to see if anybody's going to call. No?
Yeah.
So just to recap, www.ssa.gov. Click the main screen, go down where it says create my Social Security account. You want to go in there and create your account, and then you'll be able to see your wages, estimate your benefits, replace a Social Security card. Again, you have to be 18 years or older in order to create a My Social Security account. But it's a safe site and it's easy. And then you can go ahead and if you're receiving benefits, you don't have to come into the office. You can go ahead and update your contact information via your My Social Security account. We do have a caller. Caller, hello.
Hi, my name is Brandy Silverman, and I was recently hospitalized, and I was trying to see will I be eligible for Social Security benefits. I can't write with my left hand. I had a mild stroke.
Okay.
Okay. Well, a mild stroke is a serious condition as far as that's concerned. Any stroke is. So I would say that one thing you can do is you can go online and at least fill out the Social Security application for disability. If you think you're going to be off of work, one thing to keep into consideration is that, with disability, we're looking at being off of work for at least a year or more. So if you think it's going to hinder you from being able to do that, that may be where you need to go. Or you can call our 800 number and schedule an appointment, or you can come into the office, your local office, and do an appointment that way as well. So there's a lot of options open to you, but you shouldn't be afraid to file, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Bye.
And just something really quick for those who are wondering how to how to apply for their Social Security benefits. You want to go to www.ssa.gov. You click on disability. If you're trying to apply for the disability benefits, you would say apply for disability. It's really just that easy. You go through the application. Once you're finished, you do get a receipt page. You want to print that out because it has a re-entry number that you would need just in case
Something were to happen with your computer or something like that,
something
you'd
was
get
to
cut off.
happen and you were cut off. So I hope this show was helpful for you today. I'm happy Phillip was able to join me.
Absolutely.
And we discussed my Social Security account as well as reporting your wages and retirement disability benefits. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you all have a good week.